It's 5 o'clock on this Tuesday evening, October 6th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, October 6th, 2020. The time is 5 o'clock and the mountain temperature is 69 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening is Eddie Van Halen, virtuoso rock guitar, dies at 65. Dow swings 600 points after Trump rejects stimulus plan. As we're going to take a look at the stocks, the Dow dropped 321.34 at 27.30. S&P 500 down 47.66 at 3360.97, and Nasdaq down 177.88 at 11154.60. Trump says he's looking forward to a second debate with Biden after COVID diagnosis. Facebook removes Trump posts calling the coronavirus less lethal than the flu. Senior Pentagon leadership in quarantine after exposure to coronavirus by Charles Guard Commander. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister, lays out vision of the post-COVID UK. Harris's goal in Vice Presidential debate focus on Trump, not Pence. Man dies after being shoved to the ground in New York after mass vacation. Florida voter registration site crashes, deadline extended. Kentucky Attorney General takes aim at the lawyer for Breonna Taylor's family. This is the Ben Crump model. Pompeo rails against China acquired meeting with foreign minister in Tokyo. Kyrgyzstan annual parliamentary election results amid unrest. Nerve agent was used to poison Navalny. Chemical weapons body confirms. COVID-19 hampered South Korea's Chesak holiday, but daughters in a law get a break. Two human rights watchdog groups that Tuesday powerful truck explosion in Syria killed nearly 20 people and injured dozens more. Hurricane Delta explosion in a Category 4 storm. South Korea nurse group protests Blackpink music video. Boeing downgrades aircraft delivery forecast for the next 20 years. South Korean historians say they have discovered documents related to the Jeolldo Island prisoner war camp. The European Court of Justice ruled Tuesday that member states cannot collect mobile and internet data, and saying it's legal to gather such general discrimination. The Church of England failed to keep students safe from predatory clergy and should hire safeguarding officers who connect independently from bishops on sexual abuse allegations of report concluded on Tuesday. Most South Korean lawmakers are expressing openness to the idea of exempting members of the K-pop group BTS from mandatory military service, or at least letting them postpone it. FDA issues new guidance on COVID-19 vaccine approval process. MacArthur Foundation ends at 21 Genius grants. Trump orders halts the stimulus negotiations stock stumble. Apple announced Tuesday's second fall special event on October 13th, teasing an invitation with the tagline High Speed. Several members of the Pentagon leadership include the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Army General Mark Milley, are in quarantine and working from home after a top Coast Guard official tested positive for COVID-19. The price of diabetes drug insulin is more than 8 times higher than the United States and then in 32 other high-income nations combined, according to Rand Corporation analyst released Tuesday. President Trump reported having no symptoms Tuesday during his first morning back at the White House after being hospitalized with COVID-19 over the weekend, his physician said. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell on Tuesday urged policymakers to provide more economic and fiscal stimulus on the U.S. economy and risk the unnecessary hardship of a weak recovery. In-store this holiday season is expected to climb up to 25% from last year. It's started to track announced Tuesday. Boeing downgraded its long-term forecast on Tuesday, saying they expect the COVID-19 pandemic to affect the aviation industry and demand for new planes for part of the next 2 decades. The United States has added nearly 40,000 no COVID-19 cases and close to 500 deaths, according to updated figures from Johns Hopkins University on Tuesday. The gavel fallen for last time for a long time. Attleboro Court officer. Democrat U.S. Senator Markey and GOP's O'Connor sparring debate. 5 students and 1 staffer in Attleboro schools test positive coronavirus. State has worst week in months. Foxborough arraignment proceedings were postponed for a second time on Tuesday for a driver charged in a head-on crash in which he and 2 other people and a dog were seriously injured. Police reveal surveillance photos of an Attleboro robbery attempt. Driver in Foxborough crash faces motor vehicle and shoplifting charges. Foxbury building fire blamed on transformer linked to crash and power failure. It can be difficult to keep children training, especially during the pandemic, but resident Alex Whitaker has found a new way that is not only fun for kids, but gives back to the community. Money raised to firemen killed in Stoughton crash home, and Aquino Victor Solo Lopez co-workers hoping to raise at least $5,000 as of Tuesday afternoon. More than $22 million has been raised. Council accused Buckner sexism during curfew debate. Foul play suspect in the Brockton native's Vermont disappearance. Club EX Women's Gym shutters in Brockton after 35 years. Brockton area election officer received donated PPE for November. And locals taking up a shot at Ninja Warrior as veteran Ninja Warriors Lucas Reel and Elissa Baird, both at Kingston and Dave Kavanaugh of Weymouth, returned to the compete for the season 12 American Ninja Warrior. Quincy readies 20,000 mail-in ballots for his November presidential election. Quincy Council approved $3.6 million public safety radio system. Peter Chill News Time 5:06. Mother quickly hurt in Boston public auto crash was recently married. Vance Powell presses Congress for more external economy. One slashes forecast for new aircraft demand and expects coronavirus pandemic to hurt sales for more than a decade. Crude oil price is back above $40 on demand hopes. Second stimulus check, Trump GOP's COVID results could change the IRS payment timeline. Scientists at Jewish Heritage among tried to win Nobel Prize for black hole finds. SpaceX wins contract to make U.S. missile tracking satellites. Mars set to shine brightly tonight. Won't be in this close to Earth for another 15 years. NASA is testing the first of its new moonwalking spacesuits. CDC updates guidelines that don't risk of airborne transmission, says coronavirus can affect people more than 6 feet away. COVID-19 neurological symptoms emerge in most possible patients, study says. Meet Israel's Greta Thunberg candidate for the Nobel Peace Prize. And Peter Chill News Time is 5:07. Time enough for Sports Report tonight. Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat in Orlando. Game time, 9 o'clock. Houston 49ers released the wide receiver Mohamed Sanu after the first 3 games. And in Major League Baseball's playoff scores, it's a Houston Athletics. Oakland Athletics leading the Houston Astros 1-0 in the bottom half of the second inning. And the Braves lead the Miami Marlins 9-5 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Peter Chill News Time 5:07, 7 after 5 on this Tuesday evening. Is time now for Peter Chill Traffic and Trend to check. Beep on the MTA Fitchburg train 422, 4:05 p.m. for Massachusetts operating 5-10 minutes past between Air and North Station due to freight train traffic, and Fitchburg train 415, 3:30 p.m. from North Station is operating 5-10 minutes past between Wilton and Route 185 and Massachusetts due to freight train traffic. And Needham train 7620, 5:08 p.m. from Needham is expected to depart Needham 15 minutes past due to late arrival outbound train 615, and the ferries is looking good. Taking a look at highways and byways in New England. 95 on the southbound side, a little bit slow between Protected and Providence, 146 on the northbound side, a little bit slow around the North Smithford area, Jamestown, Newport, and Sacramento River Bridge is out. Then you can get a Mano Bridge slow on both ends. 190 a little bit slow after 140 out in the Bedford area, out in the Cape, 28 on the northbound side, a little bit slower on the Bourne Roadway, and 24 southbound side after 128 out of Canton, 128 a little bit slow on the Braintree Split, Cyber Expressway southbound side. Time to go between the Boston way and down the gas tanks in Dorchester, and then hit end between Quincy and Braintree, and 128 southbound side, so between near the all the way down to Norwood, and 24 southbound also on 128 down in Canton, 393 at the northbound side, a little bit so on the Wilmington stretch, and 393.95. Looking good otherwise from 120 to the New Hampshire border, 120 a little bit so on 114 in Peabody. Central Mass highways are looking good, and Western Mass highways are looking good, except in Pike a little bit so on 291 in Springfield. In Connecticut, 2 in the eastbound side, lows up to Route 91 out in Hartford area. 84 westbound side, lows are around Route 9 out in West Hartford, Connecticut. 84 westbound side, lows are around Route 8 in Waterbury, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway eastbound side, a little bit so between Norwalk down to Trumbull, Connecticut. 95 northbound side slope between Greenwich down to Fairfield, Connecticut. And 299 and 395 looking good in the Granite State of New Hampshire, and Main Tobacco looking good from York to Portland and all the way up to Augusta. And 95 looking good from Augusta to Holton. 91 a little bit slow around upstate Vermont. Peter Challenger time is 5:10 on this Tuesday afternoon. Time now for Tuesday evening, looking at the weather situation latest on Delta. Now Category 4 storm at 145 miles. Winds minimum set pressure 956 millibars, and located at 18.9 and off 84.1 on the west. Movement west northwest at 17 miles an hour. And life-threatening storm surge and potentially catastrophic wind damage are expected within portions of the northern Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico beginning tonight. All preparation to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Heavy rainfall will affect portions of Cayman Islands, western Cuba, and the northern Yucatan Peninsula. About midweek, and rainfall could lead to significant flash flood and mudslides. The potential heavy rain, flash flood, and possible minor river flooding will increase across portions of the central Gulf Coast, Tennessee Valley, and southeastern United States as Delta moves inland later this weekend. There will be increasing likelihood of life-threatening storm surge and dangerous hurricane force winds, especially along the coast of Louisiana and Mississippi beginning on Friday. Residents in these areas should ensure they have their hurricane plan in place and follow advice given by local officials, and storm surge and hurricane watches will be likely issued for portions of the northern Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. It goes like this. High wind watch effect from 2 p.m. Wednesday until 2 a.m. on Thursday. And west winds 15-20 miles an hour, gusts up to 55 to 60 miles an hour. Possible approaches of central and eastern and northeastern and southeastern and western Massachusetts and northern and southern Rhode Island from west the afternoon part late Wednesday night. And damaging winds could blow down trees and power lines, and widespread power outages are possible, and travel could be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. And dry and quiet weather tonight, but increased skies late as warm front lifts in and strong damaging wind gusts on warm. On Wednesday, there is a risk of scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon or evening as the cold front moves through. And dry weather for most places late this week and early next week, and cold temperatures trend above normal this weekend and cooler next week. And any showers in this evening with clear skies, cloud cover will increase late as the warm front lifts in, and potential wave trough will dig from the upper Mississippi River Valley into the central Great Lakes by early on Wednesday at the surface. Low pressure will move across the southern Ontario and lift up warm front into eastern Great Lakes in the late tonight. Any shots coming to an end this evening as the surface trough lifts offshore. Brand control, high pressure will nudge in from the middle Atlantic as the high nudges in the skies will become clear, but that warm front will approach late, bringing an increase in cloud cover. Expect temps to be a few degrees milder tonight in comparison to yesterday with a severely warm air vegetation aloft and cloud cover in place. The lows generally 50s, but there will be few spots around Spar, northwest Massachusetts, and upper 40s. Okay, forecast goes like this. It's going to be partly cloudy, low at 53 degrees, and southwest at about 5 to 8 miles an hour. And Wednesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms possible up to 5 p.m. Partly south about 73 degrees, southwest at about 7 to 17 miles an hour. Guess I 50 miles an hour. Precipitation 40%. Due rainfall less than 10 inches possible. Extra 100 miles possible thunderstorms. For Wednesday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 8 and 9 p.m. Mostly cloudy, have a low 46 degrees west wind about 13 to 17 miles an hour. Guess I 47 miles an hour, just 30% new rain amounts less than 7 inches possible, except high amounts possible thunderstorms for Thursday. Sun sky about 63 and a low 38 degrees, and northwest about 3 to 17 miles an hour, gust size 28 miles an hour for Friday. Sun sky about 64, low 47 degrees, west wind about 3 to 8 miles an hour for Saturday. Most of the sun skies have about 76 and low 54, and southwest about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gust size 30 miles an hour for Sunday. Most of the sun sky about 68, low 49 degrees. A lot of variable wind coming to north around 6 miles an hour in the morning. Columbus Day, Put Stats about 63, low 50 degrees, and east wind about 5 to 8 miles an hour. And for Tuesday, Put Stats about 67 degrees, east wind about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Right now, Norton, it is first skies, and it's 66 degrees. And that's me for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, October 6, 2020. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. Yeah, good evening, goodbye, day. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. We will see you at 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock. We have a good evening.